We are live. What is going on, YouTube world? This is Comic Book Canon pre-show live on my channel, Journos Comics. Thank you all for joining. For those tuning in on the rewind, I always suggest sit back for a couple minutes or fast forward for the first couple minutes so I can sit here and get some viewers to come in before we get started. Indeed. It is a hot day out here in California. I am Kid Collector. What's going on? What is going on, Isaac? I am hot and sweating out here in Cali today, man. I got the air blowing, but I mean it's still hot in here. I got my overhead fan on. I got my air unit on, but man, yep. It's pushing it. It's like 94, 99, 100 degrees, 100 degrees. It just hit 100. And this is about the hottest time of the day for us here before it actually starts cooling off. That Star Wars guy, K Titus, what is good? Kid Collector. Yeah. Are you about that age too? Yeah. I love, man. I love being able to have the younger generation tune in, man, and get exposed to anything comic related or pop culture related. I love that my kids, it's interesting because my son that's turning 15 next month, he's always been big on comics, and the last couple of years, he's going through those changes, going into middle school and into high school. He kind of pulled back. He's got really involved in sports, which is great. But he's like, oh, comics, but going into the shutdown, shelter in place, he just got right back in. I mean, he's probably read hundreds of books in the last 3 months. I got him the Marvel Unlimited. I bought him a few trades through like Amazon, like used trades for just a few bucks. And I love seeing that passion for it, be rekindled. Just turned 14. Happy belated, man. That's awesome. Yeah, my little guy's turning 13. I still call him my little guy, but he's getting so big. Kid Collector, you actually got into comics this quarantine by watching your videos. Oh man, that is so awesome to hear. That is so awesome to hear. I hope you stick around. There's a lot to learn. I'll tell you, man. There is a lot to learn. There's a lot to love, and just keep with it. You know, that is awesome. Thank you, Star Wars guy. Yeah, both of my sons' birthdays are in July, so they're 4 days apart, and they're turning 13 and 15. It's crazy, man. I feel so old. So, guys, so some good things to talk about this week, man. When it comes to the Comic Book Canon show, I'm gonna leave a link. B Schnur, what's going on? I'm gonna leave a link to the Comic Book Canon YouTube. And I want you guys to go hop over there and give us a sub over at the Comic Book Canon show. Check out our show tonight at 6 p.m. It's going to be fun. Not a lot of news this week, but some fun news, that's for sure. So we got some fun news to start the show off. Some DCEU, speculation and rumors. We got some MCU rumors, but then we have a live unboxing that we're going to be doing, which is going to be awesome. And then we got a nice hashtag 9.8 CBC. So a lot of people sent in their 9.8s graded slabs that they own in their collection. We're going to be showing those off. So if you guys have a slab, doesn't have to be CGC, any kind of slab, 9.8, and you want to be featured in the show tonight, it might not be too late. So I'm going to leave the hashtag here. It's hashtag 9 point spelled out 8 CBC for Comic Book Canon. go ahead and put those books up there. We might be able to still feature you guys in the show tonight. So lots of fun stuff. I do want to talk a little bit more about what's coming up on my channel, guys. So, man, I'll tell you, man, it's been a really, really kind of fun and crazy couple of weeks, you know, for geek culture, for comic book lovers and so forth. I mean, we've had a lot with the Miles Morales stuff, mostly fun stuff, a lot of saltiness, even some prejudice coming in, and I touched on that, and it's just it sucks. But you know, I got some personal attacks and personal threats that I got real serious on last week, and you know, just wanting to remind everyone to stay positive, treat each other with kindness, and you know, speak out against people that just, you know, that kind of behavior is just not okay. I touched on that last week, but overall, just a lot of fun stuff. And it's a very interesting climate right now with comic books, you know, and a lot of it gets controversial, and it's so crazy when you think about how controversial something is fun and lighthearted, you feel, as comic books can get, and it gets controversial. And speaking of controversial, there was an article published yesterday, and I won't give any details yet, but there was an article published yesterday that discussed some interesting controversy concerning YouTubers, and the YouTube comic book and geek culture community. And I'm going to make a video, guys. I don't know. I might make the video tonight, because it's like, if I didn't have my comic book canon show, I'd be making the video right now, because it's something that, like, I need to talk about. I need to talk about this, and it's just itching. But I got to get my notes together and everything, because it's a lot to take in. And I'm going to speak on this because it is a very controversial issue, and for anyone that's involved in the comic book YouTube community, whether being a YouTuber or just being a viewer, I think it's something that we all need to hear and talk about. So I'm going to be doing a video about that. It might be tonight after the show if I have the energy to do it. If not, it's definitely going to be tomorrow. And then from there, I think probably middle next week, I'll be doing a live stream discussing that talking point, because, like I said, it's very imperative that I think it gets talked about. So that's going to be some fun stuff. So do I have a dog? Man, I wish I had a dog. I have 3 cats, 2 of which were, well, they've all kind of been rescue cats. 2 of them were wild cats that we took in, and you know, instead of having them be like sent to the pound or whatever, you know, because, or you know, the sheriff's department, the ASC, I forget what it's called, animal whatever, that works with the sheriff's department. We have a lot of feral cats in this area. I live right next to a fairground, so we get a lot of feral cats, and we took a couple in some years ago. And then a few years ago, we actually had a rescue cat. His name is Madison. I named him Madison after Madison Bumgarner, the Giants pitcher who's now on the Diamondbacks. But we short story about that. We heard whining one day that sounded so like somebody was dying. I thought it was a human dying. It was crazy. And we live, our backyard fence sits on the fairgrounds, and there was this kitten, this little tiny kitten, just screaming like he was dying. And I hopped the fence, and the fence is barbed wire, and I didn't even care. I hopped it, and cut myself up a little bit, and I went to grab for the cat, and he hissed at me. But right when I grabbed him, like, he just fell into my arms and started like chin nudging my chin, and just doing this, and was like, man. And he looked so sickly. His eyes were running with fluids. He was super thin. He couldn't have been, he was, the vet said he was anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks old, and he was dying. He had multiple infections, and we took him in, and he's our special little cat. And he's kind of like a dog. He plays fetch. He plays fetch, and he lets you hold him like a baby. It's so crazy. So yeah, but I hope to have a dog one day. But yeah. Isaac asked, "What's the most expensive comic book I have in my collection?" I haven't looked into that yet. Somebody else asked me that last week. That's something that I'll have to look into. Is that a Star Wars comic on top of your Are we talking about this one right here? Yes. So good for bringing that up. How do we watch the show tonight? Here, go Kid Collector. Here's the link. There's the link. Click that link, subscribe to the channel, and then that's the link directly to the show tonight. The cat that plays fetch. Yep. What's my favorite comic? Marcus's Muse. Man, that's a tough one. I think off the top of my head, is it that I own or just favorite comic in general? Favorite one that I own, one of them is ASM 300. And another one that's my holy grail that I don't own yet is ASM 129, First Appearance of Punisher. But guys, so this book right here is Star Wars Clone Wars #1, First Appearance of Ahsoka. And now, guys, for those that know me, I do not sell books. I've probably sold maybe 5 to 8 books in my lifetime, and it's because they were doubles. And I'm a huge Star Wars fan. But I'm actually up to trading this book. This book is hot, and it's going to keep getting hotter. This is probably a 9.4. It has a couple of spine ticks, but that's it. Other than that, I don't see why this book wouldn't get a 9.4 with CGC. And, you know, this book in this condition is going up to $500 right now. I am if anybody has an Amazing Spider-Man 129 mid-grade, lower mid-grade that they might be willing to trade for this book, I am open to offers. If anybody wants to offer cash for this book, I might be open to offers as well. But I'm not, like I said, I don't like to sell, but right now, I really want to get my hands on my holy grail, and that is Amazing Spider-Man 129. So I'm just throwing this out there. If anybody really wants to get their hands on this book and wants to make a decent cash offer, find me on Instagram at journos.com, as you see on the screen here, guys. Send me a DM, or you could send me a email at Captain Journo Comics. That's Journo with no S, Captain Journo Comics at gmail.com. If you want to make a cash offer, or if you got an Amazing Spider-Man 129 to trade, let me know. So that is a beautiful book to own, and I think it's one that's just going to keep getting hotter. Ahsoka is an awesome character whose popularity continues to grow. So, yep, let me know. Kid Collector was asking, do I sell any books? Yeah, I just kind of answered that one, huh? B. Schnur asked, 2 dogs and a kitten. I don't know how well it'll work out. Yeah, I would like to get a pit bull. I know they have a bad rap. They get a bad rap, but they're the sweetest, man. And I heard that if they come up with cats, they really love cats as well. Kid Collector's gonna buy an ASM 129 to trade me. That's the link, Kid Collector. Are you talking about the link, the YouTube link? If you can't actually click the link, just copy and paste it into your browser, and that'll pull up where the show was at tonight. If for some reason the link doesn't work for you guys, just search Comic Book Cannon on YouTube, and that's Cannon with 2 N's, like a firing cannon. Comic Book Cannon, not one word, separate. Comic Book Cannon. Just put in the YouTube search bar, and you guys will find the channel. What do I think of Miss Marvel? Are we talking about Kamala Khan? Yeah, I want to get a pit. A few years back, I went camping up in Northern California, on the foothills of the Sierra Nevada mountains. In there was a local little shop, little supply shop. And the owner had a dog. What was the dog's name? Kilo. The dog's name was Kilo. It was a girl pit, a gray pit. I don't know if it was a bully pit, but she had definitely kind of the bigger head. So cute, so sweet. And he rescued this dog. The dog had so many scars on her face, on her body. So the dog was abused. And I believe, if I remember right, the owner ended up going to jail. The dog went into like a shelter. and he ended up adopting the dog, and she was so sweet. We went in there. I think we were camping for 3 nights, 4 days, and we went in there every day, and I just hung out with that dog. And I took a picture of the dog, put it on my social media. It was like my new friend Kilo. Yeah, they're sweet. Top 10 must-read Spider-Man books. Isaac, that's a good idea. Or even maybe not even books, but how about like maybe a top 5 story arcs? Instead of doing 10 single books, you could do a like top 5 story arcs. That would be a that yeah, I hear you. You know, guys, I'm always open to feedback, guys, but just keep in mind that it takes a lot for me to have the time to take in all the feedback and make videos. You know, I usually have going into the week, I usually have an idea of a couple videos that I want to do, and then I'll probably have stuff lined up that I've been sitting on, building on, and then as breaking news, if there's any news that happens, of course, I got to jump onto that stuff. So I'm always I have a viewer, Pinewood Illuminati, who sent me a huge list of stuff, and I was like, "This is great stuff. Like, thank you." It's going to take a minute for me to get to it all and process it and actually do a video, but I'm always open to your guys' feedback, man, and I truly appreciate it. What do I think of wrestling? What kind of wrestling? Real wrestling or like WWE wrestling? I used to watch WWE growing up. You know, I loved Ultimate Warrior and Undertaker and whatnot, but I wasn't like I had some friends that were like real big on it, and I never got too huge into it. Wrestling is the standard wrestling that you can like do in high school. I'm not much of a fan. It's definitely a you know a art of physicality, you know, but it's never really been for me. Um, I'm into like martial arts, man. Like, and I wish I would have took martial arts as a kid, but I never did. Martial arts is expensive. I wanted to get my kids into it, but it's so expensive, man. It's crazy. It's like up here, I think it's like $250 a month for one kid. It's nuts. It is nuts. But so, guys, yeah, I got about probably 7 more minutes with you guys. Again, that'll give us 1 hour. We're about 1 hour, 7 minutes away from showtime. Like I said, it's going to be a fun show tonight. A lot of movie speculation going on right now, and then we have a live mystery box unboxing. That's going to be real fun for sure. Again, I'm going to drop the link. If you can't click the link, at least copy and paste that link. Comic Book Canon. Check us out. Give us a sub. That word on my door that says Jedi. That is a dartboard. Yep, that dartboard right there. It is a real dartboard, and on the flip side, you could turn it around, and it says Sith. So I do like to represent the Jedi. Absolutely. Apple de la Fuente. I appreciate your support. Oh, you're gonna nice. You can start doing videos. Hey, keep me posted. Like, I can't click on you right now, but if you find a video of mine and just drop a comment, I can just click on your thumbnail from there and give you a sub. So anybody that does their own YouTube, man, let me know. Usually the best way to let me know that you do YouTube is to leave a comment on one of my videos, and that way I could click that thumbnail right to your channel and subscribe to you. So let me know for sure. Yep. Yeah, I like I have this set up because you guys can see my comic books, and then you get to see all my Star Wars wall back there, and I love showcasing all my Star Wars posters. I love it. If I could be any Marvel character, which one would I be? Kid Collector would be Venom. I would be Spider-Man, so we'd be going at it. Sometimes we'd be teaming up, actually. Yeah, Venom is one of my favorite. Venom's probably my favorite Marvel villain. Overall, it's probably Joker. And if I could be anybody, it would be. I mean, well, let me rephrase. Actually, let me check this out. So, Peter Parker, Spider-Man is my favorite superhero of all time, and I relate to him. I see myself in him. And now that I think about it, to actually answer that question, if I could be any superhero, I probably would be Captain America, though. because I feel like I am in many ways Spider-Man without the spider powers. But and same with Steve Rogers. You know, like I relate to. I guess it's very similar, man. I guess it's a battle between Spider-Man and Steve Rogers because and Cap is my second favorite hero of all time. And you know, it's that moral fiber, you know, in standing up for what you believe in. You know, and you pair that with the great power comes great responsibility of Peter. You know, it's like that's how I live my life. That's how I try to live my life. And you know, I take those two things into one of my favorite quotes by Tupac, who said, I'm not saying I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee that I will spark the brain that will change the world. I think that's very relatable. It's very relatable to Cap standing firm on what you believe in. And then to Spider-Man saying with great power, how do you use it? So we teach, we give it to the world, right? To help create change. So that's how I would get down on that question. Alamo City Comic Con. Nice. Alamo City, where is that? I know there's an Alamo in the Bay Area, but I'm assuming it's different because Alamo is kind of like a little town in the cuts and like the suburbs where like rich people live. Ooh, yeah. Let me know. Let me know. Like I said, comment in my video because in one of my videos, I wanna. I got yeah. Now you my interest is extremely peaked. Gotta rep the wars, absolutely. I enjoyed the Venom movie. I was extremely skeptical when I saw the previews, and I was extremely skeptical, saying, you know, like we can't have a Venom movie without Spider-Man. But I think they did an awesome job. I love Tom Hardy. I thought it was very, very well done. You know, especially with Sony walking on like thin ice with all things Spider-Man. I think they did a good job, and I think they're taking the right direction. Really, bringing the Venom character into the MCU. Absolutely. Uh, thanks, Kid Collector. Yeah, Steve Rogers, man. You know, it's just, yep, Uncle Ben. If I have to go back in time and work on a Golden Age character, you would work on Captain America, Isaac. Absolutely. Yeah, I hear you, man. Yeah, yeah. I wish Venom had the spider logo too. I think that's one thing that was missing from the Sam Raimi movies with the black Spider-Man in it. Well, let's not talk about the Topher Grace's Venom, but even this black Spider-Man suit, like that white logo is iconic, man. But hey, maybe we'll see that. Maybe he'll adapt that, at some point, especially since Tom Holland's going to show up. Who knows? It can happen still, but I hear you, man. All right, guys, we got about one more minute. And Spider-Man Miles Morales games looks good. Man, did I tell you guys? I'm telling you, when I watched that preview, I got like goosebumps. I was like, shoot, this is dope. And I was talking to my son about it, and he was saying too, like, he likes watching YouTube videos of gameplay because the stories are so good. You don't even need to be playing the video game anymore. It's just like you could dive into these stories and just be so immersed in a good storyline. It's almost like watching a movie, right? So, oh, San Antonio, okay. Yeah, I would love to learn more about that. I something about it sounds familiar too. Alamo Comic Con. So maybe I've heard it, but um, yeah, man. I hope these cons can get up and going soon, man. I know Seattle and Washington just canceled, two cons, and I know the Tampa Bay Comic Con just got canceled. And it's just it sucks, man. And everything, a lot of stuff is shutting down again with all these COVID spikes. And man, I'll just say on that note, guys, because I got to get out of here. I got to go get ready for the show. But I just want to let everyone know, since we just brought up cons closing and this crisis that we're living in, I just want everyone to just, keep putting whether if you're religious or spiritual and you pray, keep praying on it. If you don't pray, meditate on it. Send positive energy out there. You guys know this is a scientific fact. Do you guys know that when you think of something, the neurons in your brain produce energy that vibrates? It creates an energy vibration, and that vibration permeates out into time or space, right? And it goes out into the universe and it travels forever. Did you guys know that? That's a fact. I'm not making that up. So when you think about the power of prayer or meditation or just sending positive thoughts, I truly believe in it. So just try to stay positive. I know it seems tough if we're going to find a way out of this crisis, man. And I'm just thinking about all the comic book stores and LCS owners, and I want everyone to stay positive mentally, because I know it's weighing on our mental right now. But stay positive. I hope that we can all come here as a community and get lost in the things that we love. So thank you guys for joining me here. We got 1 hour away till the Comic Book Canon show. So guys, come find me and my co-host Jeff over there. I appreciate all of you guys stopping by. Anthony Shortbox, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, and I hear you. I haven't been to my LCS either, even though they opened up to limited capacity. And we might have some more shutdowns here because a lot of things have been shutting down here too. So fingers crossed. Positive thoughts. Thank you guys all. I'm gonna drop the link one more time before I head out of here. Boom. There it is for you guys. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. Check out the Comic Book Canon channel. Subscribe to us over there. Check out the show, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern. We are 58 minutes away. And with that said, thank you all for joining. I'll see you guys soon.